Hi everyone, Lisa here. I hope you are doing okay and that you are getting through your spiritual awakenings and your twin flame journeys okay. And so this video, I just want to talk about the topic of a spiritual awakening and how you are waking up, but how it is not your responsibility to wake other people up. So what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, once you start to have a spiritual awakening, you may start to feel different, or you may start to feel like you have a massive insight into the matrix or into how the universe works, or you may start to live your life in a very different manner to what you've known it to be. So you might start seeing through the illusions of life. You might start seeing through all the conditioning that we've been programmed to believe. And you might start having very different beliefs and very different motives for the things that you do and for the people that you share your life with. So some people will spiritually awaken due to some kind of traumatic event. Other people will awaken because of the encounter with their twin flame or their mirror soul. So once you begin this awakening journey, you will go through ego death and you will start to collapse duality and you will start to dissolve your ego and you will definitely start to view the world from a very different angle. So when this happens, we may look at the people who are around us and we may see that they are still sleeping, and we may be very tempted to start telling them all this great stuff that we're discovering, all these new spiritual truths that we're investigating, and we may want to share it with our loved ones or with our immediate circle. However, the problem is that if their soul is not yet ready to awaken, or the universe has not yet called them to awaken, or it's not their time in this incarnation to awaken, then it is not your role to try to wake them up. So if you try to unload some of what you're going through, or if you try to share these new spiritual revelations with them, they may think that you've gone a bit crazy. They may feel very intimidated by what you're telling them, and they may feel that you are losing the plot a bit, or that something very strange is going on with you. So unfortunately, they may not understand you. They may care about you and they may be worried about you. Rather than excited for this new part of your journey, they will probably think, what's happening to you, and they may start to miss the old version of you that was in fact asleep. So as you awaken, everything in your life is going to change. The work that you do, the friendships you make, the partners you choose, the way you parent your children, everything in your life will start to change to accommodate these new truths and these new realizations about the matrix and about the world. So you are being awakened to the reality of Earth. You're being awakened to the laws and the truth of the universe. So things that resided in the matrix, or that were coming from fear or deep, heavy conditioning, may no longer resonate, and you may need to release them. So as you go through this transformation, as you make these, as you make these changes, your family may start to notice, or they may start to wonder what's up with you. And this is when you may go to them and try to convince them of these new truths that you're discovering, and want them to come with you and want to open their eyes at the same time as you. However, unfortunately, it doesn't always work like that. If we want to be around other awakened people, then we need to seek them out, or we need to know that as our vibration rises, as we ascend and awaken, we will naturally draw to us people who are also on this awakening path and people who are also ascending. So our circle may change. We may not resonate with a family member anymore, but some new people will come in who deeply resonate with you. So these people will be have some spirituality about them. They may be awakening too. Some of them may be on a twin flame journey. They will just start to get you in different ways because they realize that you are now soul energy And this is less about being a body in a matrix style world. So I was also guilty of this, where I wanted to wake up my family, I wanted to wake up my closest friends so that I could still relate to them and still resonate with them. But unfortunately, I did more harm than good by trying to wake these people up. So if you try to give them too much vision that they are not yet equipped to handle, they will probably push you away or be very concerned about your mental health. So it's not your job to put that on them. It's your job to keep this to yourself and to find circles or groups where you can share this kind of knowledge and these kind of spiritual truths. So I just warn you about that. If you have a false twin, or if you have a mother or a father that you're very close to, and suddenly you want to share this with them and you want to wake them up with you, this can backfire. They may get angry with you. They might think that you're in ego, and why do you suddenly think you know everything? Or why do you suddenly think you're better than me? And it's not that you mean it like that. It's just that you've had a level up. You've had a step up. So you're getting to see more of what is real in this world and more of what is not true. So you may start to say things like, we don't have to work for someone else. We don't have to work 9 till 5. We don't have to listen to what's on the news. We don't have to do everything that we're told. And we don't have to believe all of these stories that government and people in positions of power are feeding us. So we start to take accountability for our own beliefs. We start to make up our own mind about things rather than following the herd mentality and being just another sheep. So we may start to step out of the norm. We may start to pick careers in healing or spirituality, or tarot reading, or just something that asleep people may not resonate or understand. So you have to be prepared to truly trust what's happening to you, and be prepared to walk alone if you need to, because you cannot always bring everybody with you. So it's not like you have to cut people off. It's just that your vibration will change. You will naturally shift to be around people who are more in alignment with your soul and with your truth, and people who may still be deeply asleep or heavily in the matrix may frustrate you or may no longer resonate. So in that case, you may need to take a step back. You may need to see a little bit less of these people as you start to transition to hanging around people who are more in alignment with your soul. So I do urge you not to try to wake others up. It doesn't really work like that. Only God, only the universe can decide when a soul is ready to awaken, and the universe will ordain that when and if that is meant to happen. If you try to open someone's eyes prematurely or out of force, they will not awaken the way you want. They will probably repel you. And the same thing would have happened while we were asleep. If some awakened person tried to provide us with enlightenment, we probably wouldn't be able to have valued it or to have seen it. We probably would have thought that they were a bit cuckoo, to be honest. So now that's us. We don't get to force other people to level up or to awaken. We just have to find others who are awakened. And in the meanwhile, we let God handle people who are asleep, and we let him decide if somebody is going to awaken. So it takes a lot of self-control and a lot of discipline to step away from people who are still sleeping and acknowledge that they're exactly where they're meant to be right now. And it's not better or worse. It's just where they are meant to be. And it's not up to us to force them into a level that they are not comfortable with or not yet prepared to see. So yeah, leave it all in God's hands. Release control. You can still love people at whatever state of their awakening they are in. You can still love people no matter what, but you will naturally notice that your energy shifts and you will start to feel more comfortable and more fulfilled around people who are also on a spiritual journey too. So yeah, I do encourage you to seek out other awakening people. Do seek out people who may be on a twin flame journey if you are. Seek out like-minded people who can now see that we are a soul and this is all energetics, rather than 3D people who are still very, very heavily focused on ego and the body. So we are trying to release the ego. We're trying to shift out of that frequency, so we can't always be around people who are still heavily in their egos. It may feel uncomfortable and it may just not resonate anymore. Okay, so just trust each and every single soul has their own growth and their own outcome of this incarnation. So if they're going to awaken, there's nothing you can really do. You can plant seeds, of course you can, but at the end of the day, we need to release control and trust that if someone's going to awaken, it won't be by our doing, it will be because the universe has deemed it to be their time. Have a great day and thank you for listening.